Hello children, good morning. Welcome back to class. We are going to do a recap of the lesson last studied children. Two of my friends are going to do it for you. Watch and enjoy.
Hello, I am weather. Hi, I am climate. Shall we discuss about the differences between climate and weather? Oh yes, fine. Weather is the condition of the atmosphere in a specific place at a given point in time. These atmospheric conditions may take place day by day, minute by minute or seasonally. Climate is the average weather condition over a place and it mostly takes place after 30 years of time. Weather may involve just one condition of the atmosphere. Climate includes all the conditions of the atmosphere such as temperature, precipitation, wind, humidity, cloud and pressure. Weather occurs in a place within a short period. Climate takes place over a long period of time. Weather is what you get on a daily basis. Climate is what you expect over a long time. Weather changes within a short time. The overall changes and variations of a climate are very stable and may take decades or centuries to occur. The scientific study of weather is called as meteorology, and a meteorologist studies weather. The scientific study of climate is called as climatology, and a climatologist studies climate. Okay, now do you understand the difference between weather and climate? Yes, it was very clear. Thank you.
Today's lesson is a continuation of the last lesson, okay? We are going to learn elaborately about the heat zones of the earth. The fact that the earth is spherical in shape results in different parts of the earth getting heated differently. Based on this, the earth is divided into three heat zones: torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. Now first we are going to learn about the torrid zone. Torrid zone is the region between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. This region gets direct rays of the sun and gets the maximum heat from the sun. So this zone is also known as the tropical zone. Next we are going to learn about the temperate zone. This zone lies between the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere, and between the Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere. This zone gets the slanting rays of the sun, and so it experiences moderate temperature. The next zone is the frigid zone. The frigid zone lies between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole, and between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole. So it is also called as the polar region. The temperature here is extremely low, and these regions are always covered with snow. Now we are going to learn about rainfall. Now what is rainfall? Rain is a major component of the water cycle and is responsible for depositing most of the fresh water in the earth. It is the source of water for all purposes. Generally, rainfall is high in the equatorial regions and decreases gradually towards the pole. Rainfall is measured by a rain gauge. Rain gauge can also be made at home. If you see the picture, you will understand how to make a rain gauge. You can easily make a rain gauge at home using a PET bottle, children. The bottle you drink Fanta, Coca-Cola. That bottle you can use. You have to cut the top off. Okay, like this. And then invert it inside the bottle. Invert the top into the bottom. Now tape it down and add a ruler inside it. Put water in and mark the depth. You can leave it out in your garden and find out how much of rain has fallen that day. Next we are going to learn about air pressure. Now what is air pressure? Air pressure is caused by the weight of all the air in the atmosphere pressing down on the earth. Air pressure changes with the height and also when air warms up or cools down. Changes in air pressure cause changes in the weather. This is very important, children. Changes in the air pressure cause changes in the weather. Based on the level of pressure, it is categorized into low pressure and high pressure. Air pressure is measured with the help of a barometer. Now, look at this picture. Low pressure is marked as L in the map and high pressure is marked as H in the map. Low pressure systems are also called as cyclones. High pressure systems are called as anticyclones. Now, air pressure is measured with the help of a barometer. Children, do you know when we travel in an aeroplane, our ears pop up when we go fly higher? This is because the atmospheric pressure becomes lower than the pressure of the air inside your ears. Your ears pop up because they are trying to equalize the pressure. You understand, children? I'll repeat it again. Why do your ears pop up when you travel high in an aeroplane? It's because the atmospheric pressure becomes lower than the pressure than the air inside your ears. Your ears pop up because they are trying to equalize the pressure. Next is humidity. Humidity refers to the degree of water vapor present in the atmosphere. The gaseous form in a particular place, time or place. Humidity is measured by an instrument called as the hygrometer. I'll show you the picture of the hygrometer afterwards. Now look at this. What happens when there is humidity? If humidity levels are too high, you run the risk of growing mold and bacteria. Then you have a stuffy condition. Sometimes we feel very stuffy, no? And then what reaction do we do then? We feel very discomforted. So overall discomfort. If the humidity levels are too low, you run the risk of catching a cold or an infection. Then you have a dry and itchy skin. Then damaging your house's wood, siding or paint. All these are causes of too high levels of humidity or too low levels of humidity. Now, this is the hygrometer. This hygrometer is used to measure humidity. Next is wind. The horizontal movement of air is called as wind. Now, wind is classified into three types: planetary winds, seasonal winds and local winds. Now, the first type of wind is the planetary wind. Now, have a look at the picture, children. Planetary winds blow almost on the same direction throughout the year. They are also called as permanent winds. Why are they called as permanent winds? Because they blow almost in the same direction throughout the year. They do not change their direction. So, they are called as permanent winds. Second type of wind is the seasonal wind. Seasonal winds change their direction according to the seasons of a year. So, they are also called as monsoon winds. The next type of wind is the local wind. Local winds blow over a small area only during a particular time of a day or a short period of the year. Land and sea breezes are examples of these winds and of these winds. A cool breeze blowing in from the water over a beach is an example of a local wind. Have a look at this picture, children. This is an anemometer. This is used to measure wind. Okay? Wind direction is measured by an instrument called as the windcock or the wind vane. Have a look at this picture. This is called as the windcock. Okay? Now, children, the lesson is over for today. Thank you very much, children, for patiently listening to the lesson. Now, shall we do a small recap, children? The three heat zones of the earth. Do you remember? The first one is the torrid zone. The second one is the temperate zone. The third one is the frigid zone. Shall I repeat? The first one is the torrid zone, the second one is the temperate zone, and the third one is the frigid zone. There are two types of air pressure, low pressure and high pressure. Low pressure is indicated by capital L, high pressure is indicated by capital H. Will you remember that? Next is the three types of wind which we studied. You remember planetary wind. The second one is seasonal wind. The third one is local wind. I repeat, planetary wind, seasonal wind and local wind. Thank you once again, children. The Kahoot is following. I expect all of you to play the Kahoot. You will enjoy it. Okay? Thank you.